Fine.
Yeah, there you go.
You gotta clap.
There you go. Welcome back. It's another episode of the Protect Yours podcast, you know.
Number 11, right?
Number 11. This is great. I'm loving it. You know, I love doing this. I have so much fun doing it. And, you know, I have a wonderful guest with me today, you know. Kelsey. Now, I told you I had a question for you, though, because I had this question ever since I got you on Instagram. How the hell do you say your last name?
Okay, you have to try it before I tell you. Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah,
I'll let you pull it up at least.
Let me pull it up, because this right here it's a tough one. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Honestly, I'd say 90% of people completely botch it, so. I'll give you a hint. There's a reason that there's two C's. Think about it.
Huh?
Like, next to each other. If you get it wrong, I'm leaving, though. I'm not going to finish the
Oh my
episode.
god, that would be
No
terrible.
pressure, though.
Damn, so it's like... I know it's not... I know it doesn't sound how it's spelled whatsoever.
What ethnicity do you think it is?
Jesus Christ, that's an even harder question.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it's just like, okay. Try it first, then I'll tell you. Like, just sound it out in your head. Break it into...
Parla.
Parla what?
Bitchia.
Try again. Why is there two C's?
Okay. Parla bitch. Chia.
It's Parla Vecchia. You were close. That's everybody always does that. The Parla Vecchia. Because it was just CH, but the CC.
The CC.
Okay, now you can guess what it is. Parla Vecchia. What does it sound like?
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I'm glad you said that.
Is that what you're gonna say?
I was heading that direction for sure. But
it's a country in Europe. It starts with an I and ends with a Italy.
yeah, I mean you can't. Yeah, you gave it to me.
I know. I didn't know if you
Damn.
were gonna get it. Yeah.
I mean, well, shoot.
You probably would have got it.
I mean,
I got carried away.
I was thinking hard though, honestly,
Yeah.
because I didn't want two things. I didn't want to be wrong, and I didn't want to say a country that wasn't over there. You feel me? Like,
That's why, yeah. You know, honestly, I'd be doing that all the time. Yeah.
I'd be thinking.
I'm not like, yeah. I feel like once you leave grade school, like all that basic, like geography, like all that shit just kind of like, sometimes people ask me a question and I'm just like, I have no idea where that is.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, but
Most
you know.
definitely. But hey, like you said, it happens to all of us, right?
Yeah. Like, do you think you could actually name all 50 states? Like, right now? Like, I think I could name a lot of them.
Washington, Oregon.
Oh, are we doing this?
I'm trying it.
We don't have to. I mean, I'm just saying.
That was just a challenge that I didn't know that I'd be willing
I
to
feel
do.
like we would have to, like, write it down, though.
Yeah, writing it down would be much better.
Yeah, should we, like, do a rain check, or should we just do it?
Yeah, no, we'll do a rain check.
Okay, that's a big, yeah.
You gotta be prepared.
I'm sure you could, yeah.
I mean, honestly, after you
Write them down, you know?
Writing them down, seeing them, and then it's really just the middle of the country where you just...
Yeah, but they're weird there anyway, so you don't really...
Yeah,
see, my thing is, I could name them all, but there's a couple of them that you could, like, point to, and I'd be like, I don't know which state that is.
It's the shapes that get me.
Yeah.
Because, like, if somebody was like,
the
boom.
Shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are a little odd. Like, I know Texas, and I know, like, California, and, like, New York, like... But then, like, also on the East Coast, they kind of get a little clustered, and, like, I'm just
They're
like...
so fucking small over
Yeah,
there.
straight up.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I honestly don't get it.
I don't get it either.
But at the same time, I am very knowledgeable of the states in the United States, at least.
Same. Yeah, I know a lot of the capitals. Don't quiz me on it, but I do. I did at one point.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to try to go ahead and start this real quick because I forgot to do it.
The audio?
No, the audio.
Oh, I was like, damn, you just missed some gold.
Yeah, no.
Like pure gold.
That was caught.
Okay, good. It better have been, yeah. Because I couldn't, like, reenact that.
Yeah. But I'm about to just get this going because I forgot about this, the little app I told you.
Yeah.
So
the app will miss that part.
Yeah, the app did, but they know.
Okay. We'll have more. Yeah.
They know where to tap in.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're on here, you should tap into the real.
That's true. Facts. Yeah. If you're listening to this right now, you should tap into the real deal because we just had a really interesting conversation about geography.
Yes.
You don't want to miss it.
You don't. So
definitely not.
Check the YouTube page.
Do it.
That's all I gotta say. All right. So you are really good at what you do.
Thank you.
Very good at what you do. And it's along the lines of what I see myself trying to do down the road. So that's another reason why I wanted to get you here. Because, I mean, shit, like, why not pick your brain? Why not talk? Why not have a good adult conversation?
Use me for my resources.
Your resources. Just interact. Because, like, I learned something very important in my last episode. It was really as simple as, like, basically, like, as a man, you really got to be able to admit certain things and, like, understand certain things. And pride really does hurt a lot of people. And I didn't want to be too prideful to not open up and ask people who I thought were actually absolutely magnificent what they do. So, let's just start from where you began.
Before we move on to that, I have a question. Do you feel like when you're asking somebody who like has more experience in the field for you, like as a man, like is it any different when you're like coming to a woman for knowledge or advice than a man, or do you kind of see it on the same level? I've always just kind of been curious.
An insecure man would say, "Oh, I don't want to ask a woman."
Right.
But like truthfully, if you are very serious about what you want to do, and if you respect the work that other people do, fuck all that noise. Like,
true. Exactly.
I'm gonna really see what's up, because
exactly.
I'm telling you, if there was a women's basketball coach and I wanted to be a coach in high school, and there's a women's basketball coach and there's a men's basketball coach, it doesn't matter who I'm going to. They both have knowledge and they're both at levels ahead of me.
Right.
And you know.
I mean, they're doing it. They're doing what you're doing.
They're
That's what you want to do. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I gotta respect it, and I gotta put my pride down and just ask questions. You know. So, where'd you all start with this? Like, what got you into this field?
So let's see. I mean, as long as I can remember, I've always liked just like taking photos and so I've always loved movies. Like since I was a little kid, like I'm just a huge movie buff. I would like make these like little like movies and like write them out and like perform them for my family, just like wild shit like that. So that's kind of like what got me into like the whole like movie scene. And then I got this camera from my grandpa when I was really young, and I would just like go out and like take pictures. And then I kind of just put it on the back burner for a while. I was in sports, I was in music, I didn't really do much of that. But then when I got to high school, so freshman year, I went to Kent Lake, and there was a bunch of stuff like going on at home, and I was just basically flunking like every class just because I wasn't like showing up, I wasn't participating.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really give a fuck at the time. But I ended up taking this like black and white photography class, and it was the only class like I got an A in it, because I would just show up every day, and like it was so fun to me. And I think that's kind of when I was like, it was at a time in my life where like I felt passionate about nothing, and so it was like extra, like I was like, oh my god, like this like makes me feel alive.
Yeah.
So it was then that I think that I knew, and then I ended up actually going out to treatment when I was 14 in Utah for like 2 years, so I didn't really get to, like I wasn't really able to do a whole lot of like photography or like videography work. But then I like near the end of my stay, I was able to get a camera, I started doing it again. And then I came back and got my first camera, and I fell into, I ended up getting a journalism job, because that's what I got my degree in, and they had me taking pictures, and it just kind of like led into video work. There was this, actually, so what I'd say really, really got me into it was, so the video aspects, so I went to Highline, and I had a creative writing teacher, and she told me, she's like, there's this, they were doing the first annual film contest at Highline, and she was like, make it, and like it was a short film, and it had to be like about home or something like that. And I really didn't want to make it, but she like forced me to do it, and the prize I think was like $500 or something. And I think like from the time they announced it to when we like premiered, everybody had like 3 months. And at this point, I didn't really know much about video. Like, I completely procrastinated it, and I did it like 3 days before, and I ended up winning first place. And there was people that had like poured so much time. Like, I edited it on iMovie, and I like told her that, and she was like, don't get up on the stage and be like, I did this in 3 days, because it's gonna fucking like devastate people who had been working on it. And so then I think that is when I kind of realized like, okay, maybe I have like this natural, And like now that I look back on it, I fucking cringe because like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But I will say like I knew where I was going with like my vision, and that's honestly what I think it's about.
Yeah.
Like especially so they make these cameras these days that are so nice that really like, I mean, obviously if you're inside, like lighting is everything, but like if you're outside in the middle of the day, like they make these cameras that like anybody can pick them up and like take a good like a photo. They've got autofocus, so you can take a good video. Like they make it easy for you to make good content. But to me, it's like if you could tell a story, and no matter what you're doing. And so if you have that, you already have like half of the equation, and then everything else is just learned. So that's kind of where I started. I got an internship in LA at an ad agency, moved out there. And then I just started as like a PA, and we would do commercials for, it's actually like, it's one of the biggest ad agencies in the whole world. Like we did commercials for like Jack Daniels, Lacoste, DraftKings, like a bunch of companies. So I got to just get out on sets all the time. And I just was like, I fell in love with it, honestly. I was just like, this is amazing. And so I ended up wanting to get out of the advertising kind of thing. And do more creative stuff, so I just ended up coming back to Washington to go to film school, and it's been that ever since. Just been making stuff left and right.
It's been lit.
It's been lit, yes.
It's been lit,
yeah.
to say the least. Because I've been watching your feed, and I see like high quality production work, and it's just like, to me when I see, because like I don't have all the experience in the world as I mentioned before, but truthfully like, I'm the type of person to where I could sit down and I could work and I could mess with something and just kind of like figure my way through it and just, make it there. Because like, I'm not downplaying the work at all, or I'm not downplaying the time you put into it and like the schooling and stuff like that. But what I'm really trying to say...
You don't fucking need school, though. I'll cut you off right there and tell you, like,
you don't need it.
I paid for the connections, basically. It was $40,000, and, like, I don't regret it because I met a lot of people, but you can learn most of that shit on YouTube, and the most that you'll learn is from being out and doing it. If you really want to learn, find somebody that'll take you under their wing and be out on as many fucking sets as possible.
Wouldn't you say that's for, like, everything?
Most things, yes. Like I'd say like 90% of things. Like obviously, like you can't just be like, I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm just gonna fucking go into I'm gonna do like botched surgeries in my garage. Like
no, for sure.
Some things, but most things, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like people. I know people that are in the union that do like these construction, like they're in the trade school for construction, and I'm like, go out and fucking build a house. Like, I mean, I know there's. It's just, I mean...
I get your logic, though.
Yeah, exactly. I think it doesn't really matter what route you go, but if you're a more hands-on learner, and you're okay with taking the risk, like, just, go for it. Or if you're older, like, I mean, and you don't really want to spend the money, some people, like, they either, like, say they're in the military or they have a scholarship. Like, if you have a scholarship or, like, school's not a problem for you, like, sure, go. But it's like, if that's not the route you want to take, I think that it's not gonna hinder you. It's all about you and your mindset.
Exactly. It's about how much work you decide you put into it, you know, and that's what people fail to realize. They don't really see that. They just think that, oh well, I need to go to school, I need to do this, I need to do that. No, you just need to sit down and focus on what you want to accomplish,
Exactly. I mean, I know a lot of people that I look at, like, in my class, like, when I went to film school, like, that I would just be like, and I would never say this to them, but in my mind I was like, why are you here? Like, it was just like there was no passion behind it. And so it's like they graduate and they don't end up doing anything with their lives. Like, maybe they make a YouTube video, but then you see people that don't even go to film school and they just fucking, like, it's all about that passion and that drive.
And to your point of, like, how easy it is to actually make videos and do stuff like this it's like the phones have gotten so far advanced now to where you can literally do this on your phone. You can do, like, they have, like, the newer phones, the newer iPhones, the newer Galaxies and all that stuff, they are amazing. Like, they might as well have a camera lens, like a professional camera lens in the phone.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I'll send you the link to it. There's this video that they did over in China, and it's like a super famous director did it, and they shot the whole thing with iPhone, like, and it made me cry. It was just like the story was amazing, but also like the cinematography, and it just goes to show, like lighting. Like so people don't understand, like if a GoPro or an iPhone is 4K, like the quality's good, but it's not going to look the same because you don't have like the focal range with like the lenses, and like that's huge too. Like if you put a 24 millimeter lens on someone's face, it's going to spread their face out versus a 70 is going to make them look a lot slimmer. So there's a lot more to it. But when it comes to the quality and the lighting, and when you're doing things like this kind of stuff, like the iPhones and like these cameras, like there's endless possibilities with what you can do. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like you just gotta have your mind open to it and just do it. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful.
Look at you.
I'm just grateful.
Just doing it.
You see the cameras? You see the cameras?
I mean, they're dope. I mean, I actually, one of these music videos I just recently did, we did part of it with a 35 millimeter mini DV cam, and then we digitalized the footage. So now I have a converter. That's something I'm going to start doing too. I have like an old school film camera. I'm going to start doing portraits and then like printing them for people and like take it old school, you know, black and white. Yeah.
That's so cool. All right, so I mean, you just mentioned you do music videos, so let's talk about some of the artists you work with, like some of your favorite artists you work with. No, not talking down on all the other ones, you know, just like your top 3 or 4. Like.
Well, let's see. Honestly, I think I've had a really good experience with mostly all of the artists. I mean, there's been some shoots that, you know, maybe we don't bond as much. But for me, like, I'm the type of person where it's like, if I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make a music video for you, we're gonna be spending a lot of time together. Like, we're gonna both be like we're gonna be like creatively flowing together. So typically, like, there's a bond built no matter what. Kodak the Great is what he goes by. I did that video, Main Bitch. I don't know if you saw it. It's actually the one that we did the mini DV cams. And that song was so there's a DJ Fresh Pack Wheezy. He like wrote and produced the song, and then 3 artists. They're actually, I mean, I listen to more independent music, like local artists, than I do anything, and they're like honestly 3 of my favorite. So you've got Gourmet Dre, Kodak the Great, and then Mike Nom, and they were great to work with. Kodak is one of my really good friends. I've done a lot of photos for him, like some of his album covers and everything like that. We just had a lot of fun with it. And then I just did that video with him for Young Blue. I was on set for that one, and it's always a good time with him. He's got, you know, he's one of those people that, and I feel like this is a really fine line, and it's tricky with music videos. Like you'll deal with artists that like just kind of like they're like hyped up and they don't really like have respect or understand what you're doing. But he's like, he has that fine balance of like he knows how to have fun, but also like he knows that we're on a set and like we keep things scheduled.
Keeps it business.
He keeps it business, exactly, which I always appreciate. Like I said, we have a lot of fun together. Tiffany Wilson, she's the one that I just did that video, America. So that one basically, that one's featuring Lady Taz and then Vitamin D. I don't know if you've heard of Vitamin D.
Not Vitamin D, but
yeah, he's an old school rapper. He's done stuff with like Sir Mix-a-Lot, Busta Rhymes. We talked about maybe doing a hip-hop documentary. Tiffany just did a song with Macklemore. So kind of like deep-rooted, like higher-end independent artists. But Tiffany's great. I've become very close to her family. Her and her wife are amazing. Like we would go over there to kind of like talk about the video and the pre-production, and then like, you know, they'd cook dinner, and like we just built this bond. But that was a really great experience as well. She's a little bit older, but we ended up renting a black box theater for that, and it was really cool. I would say that's probably the biggest set I've ever directed. I mean, it was like intimidating at first. We had like 15 extras, and a lot of them were under 18, so it was like I was directing, I was doing the camera work, I direct and DP everything, and then I'm also trying to get these like underage kids like their contracts and releases, and like I had to make a lighting plot, so it was just like my mind was being like torn 1,000 ways, but like I loved the challenge. And for Tiffany, she's one of those people that like you listen to her like her studio sessions and her like just her music, and she sounds better in person. Like she's just amazing. Like I still get starstruck around her. That's always a great experience. I've done a lot of live studio sessions for her. And then recently, actually, like just a few days ago, I did a video for K-God here. So he basically like he just got signed to.
Shout out to K-God, honestly.
Yeah, you know K-God?
I went to school with him.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So it's like it's dope seeing him, you know, from where he was at in school, you know, and to now it's just like dope seeing the progression, because a lot of people
For sure.
aren't like, you know, just not really taking advantage of their time, but like
Yeah.
I see my man doing. So shout out to him and lots of respect going your way, and hopefully we get you on here.
Shout out K-God. No, for sure. He's doing it right, honestly. I mean, I think that's the thing too, is like, I think he keeps his like, he stays true to his authentic self, but it's like he's doing things, he's smart because he's doing things that he knows people like the TikTok thing that he's doing, and him and I had this conversation the other day. I was like, you know, how did that start? Like those, if I was on a feature with, which like he does those on TikTok, and he gets like, you know, like hundreds of thousand views on them, or like 50,000 views, and those have been huge, and that's really what built his following. And those are things that people like. And then it's like he's also making his music on his side, so he's trying to like gain like, you know, like popularity from like all these different avenues.
What I see is like an ecosystem, like an advertising ecosystem.
Yeah.
See, and that's the only reason I understand that is because that's what I try to do with like my videos myself. Because like in my videos, you'll see me post on the page, obviously, but then like you'll see me also take pictures with the clothes that I have. You know, you'll also see me make shorts or whatever for the little shorts that I'm trying to insert inside the little podcast interviews themselves. You know, so like it's just like a little ecosystem, and that's I can always respect that, because I can obviously tell he knows that all of the shit's intertwined.
Oh yeah.
And all of the shit's like really working off of each other.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is an ecosystem. That's kind of I think that's the best part of it, is like, so like you're gonna go and you're gonna post this on your page, right?
Yeah.
And then so it's like any followers that you have that like maybe I don't have, it's like I'll gain that, and then vice versa. And it's the same with working with artists. Like I have gotten so many like clients, whether it's video or photography work, from these artists, because all they do is they post it and they're like, shout out, this is the person who did it.
Yeah.
And that's like that. There's a whole, like you said, like there's an ecosystem there.
Yeah.
It's just like, you do this for me, I do this for you, and then we put this out, and you know, so.
You just got to be willing to actually work with the people and put yourself out there. Because for a while, honestly, I was sitting here, before I even got the page up, before I made my first video, I was sitting here like, damn, I don't want to be, like, not judged, but I don't want people to look at me and just say all this other shit. But, like, truthfully, I can care less now, you know, because, like, I've learned and I've grown to the point where it's just like, I'm busting my ass, enjoying myself.
Yeah.
So if you're going to bust your ass, you better be doing it for yourself, and you better be enjoying it, you know, and I'm getting both of them. So
Yeah.
I'm just grateful.
And anybody who's hating on that, like, fuck that. You're always going to have somebody who has something to say.
Yeah.
And the loudest voice in the room isn't always, you know, yeah, exactly.
I know where you're at.
Exactly. And I think the hardest part is, like, once you get past that first, like, so you did your first episode, right? And then it's like, okay, like, maybe it wasn't the greatest, or, like, same with, like, when I did my first photo shoot, and, like, just those kind of things. Like, you start, especially when you start handling people's money, like, you know, like, being like, whoa, like, I took my hobby, and now people are, like, paying me, and I'm like, what if I fuck up? And then you just get to the point, you start working with, like, bigger names, and I think, like, once you've got a couple under your belt, you're just, like, it's like a mental game. I mean, I still sometimes am, like, driving to sets, and I'm like, I'm really gonna do this, like, right now. Like, this is, like, you know, and it's just, you gotta be able to, like, talk yourself, you know, through it.
Yeah, and, like, what works for me, honestly, is, like, before, like, today was kind of, like, out of the normal, honestly, because usually when the guest comes here, or gets here, I have everything set up, and, you know, I have the cameras up, I have the mic there, and we can just sit down and do it, take our picture, sit down and do it. But, like, for some reason today, like, I mean, not for some reason, I made some food, I was hungry, you know, I wanted to sit down and watch some videos and stuff, I was chilling. But, like, that goes to your point, because I'm at the point now mentally where I'm just like, it's not going to take, I can get it together, be ready in a few minutes.
You're more comfortable with it. Yeah, you're not, like, fucking freaking out, like, oh my god, like,
Much more comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling, you know, like.
Which is honestly the best, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just, like, fucking, like, I sat down for, like, maybe 10 minutes, and we were talking, like, you were comfortable with it, you know?
Chilling.
Yeah.
Chilling. Like, I had one episode on my birthday, and, like I said earlier, man, I was very juiced, very fucked up.
Very juiced.
You
would think that would make it fun, right?
I mean, I was having a great time. It probably wasn't the best for my guest, you know, because she wasn't drinking, you know, and I was still trying to hold that professional like, line and be like, yo, this and that.
Stand for some shit that you never read. Passing through stages.
Oh, it's gonna be silent like that? With no music? Oh, shit.
just knock this out, you know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, that's why I still invite. I still to this day, I'm like, yo, you're more than welcome to come back. We can actually sit
Try it
down
again.
and do it. You know, not on my birthday because I was.
You gotta get turned on your birthday.
Yeah.
Well, how about that? So you bring her back, you do a sober session with her, and then you bring me back and let's just get hammered and like try to name all 50 states. How about that? I'm gonna bring like a template and we're gonna see who can like successfully write them all out.
I'm with that. I'm
All
with
right.
it 100% because like I love getting lit on my platform.
Yeah, I mean, fuck yeah. It makes everything better. Okay, on that note though, so I don't ever drink on my sets because I directed this short film, Strawberries and Cream. Is that one of the dogs?
It's a cat. Yeah, I have two.
That sounds like a big ass cat.
Oh no, it's just two angry little cats who've been trying to get out that
What
room.
you got in there? Cats and chihuahuas. Oh wow.
Yeah, look, there he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
kitty.
And then there's another one who should be coming up.
Hi.
Yeah, they're cute and they're nice. Oh,
You
there
want to be
he
part
is.
of the podcast?
That's the other one.
They're babies.
But see how they just opened that door?
Yeah.
Like they
Cats
open-
are.
I love cats, but I don't like cats.
I feel you. My sister has a cat. They're just fucking like.
They do what the fuck they want to do.
They also have no remorse.
No
Like
remorse.
I feel like if I like died, like my cat would probably start eating me within like maybe 10 minutes. But a dog will wait like fucking 3 weeks, or
It'll
they'll
lay-
die next to you, right?
It'll lay next
Yeah.
to your ass waiting for you to get back up, man. Like this is the difference between cats and dogs. I'll tell my dogs cage.
Yeah.
They run into the cage.
Yeah.
All right. I look at the cats and be like, get your ass back there.
Yeah.
They're
No,
just-
they don't. Yeah, they're like, the fuck did you say?
Meow.
Then they'll jump up on. Yeah, they don't have any respect.
They don't care.
They don't
And
care.
then like, don't tell. I don't even want to get into
Yeah,
it.
y'all are interrupting the podcast. So you even care.
Very much so. I mean, like, I feel like I should do something, but
No, just let them roam around. Nobody can see them.
Yeah,
and
you're
if they
right.
jump up on it, I mean, it is what it is. So
yeah, I'm just cats, man.
just cats. Fucking
That's
cats.
another clip right there. I mean,
Oh yeah, do you take little clips?
Yeah,
We're gonna have a few
yeah, definitely.
little bloopers and stuff. That's
Mhm.
fun. That's really fun. Oh, but what I was saying, like I let people. I directed this one short film, Strawberries and Cream. It was like about this murderer, and I let people. It started with some fucking White Claws. I bought some White Claws, and then everybody just started getting fucking hammered. And then I just like looked at the shot list, and I looked at everybody. And I was like, oh my god, everybody's fucking hammered. Like, including my main actor. And I was
Oh
like,
my
and
God.
I'm fucking just bone dry, like, sober. And I was like, this is not it. And I was like, never fucking again. And I don't think except for this last one I did with K God at the hotel, we did drink. And then I started to get a little buzz, and I was like, okay, this is where I stop. But we still, like, we had a lot of fun with it, and we finished the video. Like, we have to do a couple pickups, like, because it was raining, so we couldn't get the outside stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like, now I'm comfortable. Like, in the beginning, I wouldn't, like, because I didn't know what I was doing. But now it's like the back of my hand. So it's like, I'm not going to just drink on a set when nobody's drinking, but it's like if I'm at a party and I'm doing a music video and the person's like, oh, I don't care if you like have a couple shots. Like, I'm at the point now, I know what I'm doing, I feel comfortable, you know.
Yeah, that's definitely how I
Take
feel.
the edge
man.
off, you know.
Like, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I have my my last episode was just ridiculous because it wasn't ridiculous. It was just the most raw episode I've had, and I can't wait to release it because we just sitting back chilling, you know. I'm celebrating the 10th episode. We smoking, kicking it, you know. And like me personally, I was never a real I never had a problem separating, you know, like getting lit and working.
Right.
So like that's why I always felt comfortable doing it, you know. Just as long as the camera's on,
Yeah.
they both recording right, we got the audio and shit, we good, you
Yeah.
know. And then I'll take care of whatever, and I'm not gonna edit it drunk, you know.
Right,
so,
exactly. You're not going to do the technical stuff.
Exactly. So you know, it's just things that you learn along the way, and
Yeah.
I'm getting more comfortable with it too. And next time we're gonna have to, you know, do that 50 state challenge, and you know, get some drinks and see what we can do. I suggest we get like a whiteboard or something,
Yeah, that sounds good.
and then like we'll just list them off,
Okay,
and then we'll go like that.
let's do it.
But another thing, man, were you a fan of Mo 3 at all?
Mo 3,
Yeah, are you familiar with that?
the guy who just died, yeah.
Were you familiar with
I know of him, yeah, but I wasn't like a huge fan.
Yeah.
Man, but just another young person gone. way too
Yeah,
soon.
I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because like I really like Mo 3 and I fucked with his music from like back in the day, And like I remember when his music videos were choppy and ugly, and you know, it was a struggle. And then like 3, 4, 5 years later, this man's actually working with Boosie and shit. So it's like I love seeing that. I'm a real big fan of progression, you know.
Right.
So like
You saw him at the bottom. You were his fan at the bottom.
yeah. And then like seeing him, you know, work with Boosie was just such a making a whole album with him and shit. That's just amazing, you know, to me, because I'm a fan of Boosie too. So seeing those two collaborate was amazing.
There's nothing better than like collaboration from artists, like two artists that you both like that you fuck with. Like collaboration in the music industry is huge to me.
Hell
like,
yeah. Yeah, but like. All I'm gonna there, there's the cat.
There we go.
But all I'm gonna say is R.I.P. to him
R.I.P.
because he was really, really, really talented, and I'm just not a fan of that whole situation.
No, it's really a shame. It makes you wonder, like, just where he could have gone with his life and his career.
Very much so, and it's very much so because he was all his music was basically the same. And that's not in a bad way. It's in a good way because it was tolerable to listen to and all that other stuff. But at the same time, he was basically saying how he got to watch his back, and you know, everybody's not his friend. That was like a song that came out like a year ago.
Yeah, and then look what happened.
And then boom.
Yeah.
So like, that's the reason why I connect with it.
Well, it's
so
like
much.
Mac Miller. Like he would talk about how much he fucking loved fentanyl, and then look what happened. You know.
Yeah.
It's almost like people predict their fate in a sense, you know.
That leads me to a question now, honestly, now after hearing that, like, there are really a lot of artists who predict their untimely demise. Yeah.
Juice WRLD, that just gave me chills. I don't know why. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It is weird.
Like, I don't know, what is it about that? Like, do you...
I think I know what it is.
Like, I mean, obviously there's drugs and there's a past life going on, but like, is it like fame that makes you go to the point where you just be like, yeah, I know I'm gonna be gone, I'm gonna die like this or whatever? Like, what makes you think like that?
I think a lot of, well, how do I say this? So I think a lot of artists or like whatever, I think it's kind of funny because it's like you take artists like Juice WRLD or you know whoever like that'll rap about their pain, but nobody's really listening to what they're saying. Like they could be like, fuck, like it's like okay, suicidal thoughts, Biggie Smalls. Like he's literally like, I just want to fucking like slit my throat, like slit my wrist. I fucking hate my life. And people like will sing to that song, and I'm like, are you even listening, or are you just like idolizing this person and like just like you're not even paying attention to what they're saying? So I think that they just get to this point that they, like for me at least, like so say you're a drug dealer, right? Or say you do drugs, or say you're involved in like, you're in a gang or whatever it may be, like you start to think, okay, like if I'm to die, this is probably how it's going to be. I'm probably going to overdose. I'm probably going to get fucking caught up and shot, or I'm, you know, whatever it may be. And I think you just become more accepting of that reality. And then, I mean, I think a lot of artists, that's the kind of shit they're rapping about. They're rapping about real shit, like the things that are uncomfortable that we don't want to talk about.
No, I see what you're saying, and I could definitely see how certain people can come to that conclusion. But I really think, just thinking about it, it's just like some rappers, not every rapper's out there really doing all this shit that they're talking about. So like,
which I hate.
Yeah. So
don't rap on it if you're not doing it. I don't care if you're fucking cutting crack. Like, if that's what you do and you're rapping about it, that's what you fucking do. But if you're not doing it, why are you fucking trying to live this life? Like a little bit. Like yeah. Like there's some things that like obviously you're gonna fucking like hype up a little bit, but don't be sitting in your fucking basement like making your fucking beats on GarageBand talking about how you're like slinging dope when you're not, you know?
Exactly. No,
yeah.
Exactly. And that's why I stopped being a big fan of the Future. Because he makes a lot of money talking about shit that, you know, he admittedly like says that he's not doing anymore. You know? Like, and it's just like after a certain point, you know, I would like obviously these people make their money off of this shit, but like after a certain point you would think that it wouldn't be so easy just to cap, because that's all they're doing. They're just capping. You know?
I think it becomes easy for them in a sense because they just like, and I also think that's like I can tell when I listen to a song Like, I'm very critical of music. Like, I love music, but I'll say, like, if somebody's rapping or, like, talking about something, I can tell if they're fucking lying half the time because there's so much emotion behind it if it's real.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. So, I think if you're at the point where you're talking about shit that you haven't lived through, you've lost the passion for what you're doing. Because at that point, it's about money and it's a popularity contest. Like, you shouldn't, it's like you look back at, like, J. Cole's old tweets and he's like, I am so thankful I have 500 followers, like, thankful for all of you, and, like, he's just humble as fuck, and he's rapping about, like, things that are just, like, when I listen to him, like, some of the stuff he talks about, like, it's insane. Like, but he doesn't care what other people think. He's just like, this is me, and this is what I've been through. This is what I want to talk about. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm putting it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, there's really not an agenda, you know? He's just, you know, in it for the pure, like, this is what I love to do, you know?
But then again, that leads me to the thought that, like, there's not a lot of genuine music as well.
Oh,
you
no.
know? So it's like, because there's a lot of motives behind the music itself, you know, and like mostly the people who are making music now, they are doing it to fucking make money, you know.
Right, exactly.
Even like Cardi B is the latest example I could think of, because Cardi B even like blatantly said that she's not doing this to be the best lyricist. She's not doing this to be the best rapper. She's doing this because she's getting paid.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, like, that, in a way, it's cool after a certain point, but, like, if you're not really in it, if you're not, cats are killing me. The cats are killing me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and I'm going to fix this.
Oh, they ran.
Oh,
They,
they ran?
I think they knew you were coming. They straight up ran into that room.
Alright, cool. Shit. But yeah, most of... See? No. We're fucking with the chords. One quick second. I don't like doing this, but I've learned to edit these things.
Yeah,
out.
just do the do.
It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Okay, but there is a part of me that, like, I can respect when Cardi says that because she's admitting it. That's the thing. Like, if you're in it to make money, like, you're in it to make money, but at least you can admit that, you know? Like, don't be in it to make money, but say that you're doing it because you're passionate about it. You know?
I mean, yeah, in a way, I see what you're saying.
But you're not going to be my favorite artist. And it's kind of like, for me, it's like if I was just, like, making these music videos and, like, doing filmmaking because I wanted to make money. Like, I'm definitely not in it for the money. Like,
yeah, no,
you know.
For sure.
So, and you know that there was a passion at some point, because I feel like with any art form, like, whether it's, you know, making movies or being an artist, a rapper, a singer, it's like there's overnight success does not exist. Like, I thought it did for the longest time, but I've talked to so many people, like, especially, like, older, like, established artists that say, like, overnight success is, like, 5 years at a minimum. And so you have to look at these artists, and I think that it definitely, like, Cardi, like, she was doing so much before she blew up.
Oh, yeah.
So I think you get to the point where, like, it's not that you're not as passionate about it, but it's kind of like Drake. It's like he just, at this point, he's like, he doesn't even write his own shit. But I think you just get to the point where you've done.
That is famous.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And so, like, that's kind of where it's like, okay, like, I see you, like, I still, like, yeah, sure, like, a new Drake song comes on, like, I'll listen to it, like, it's a banger. Like, it's definitely not like his old shit. But, you know, I don't have maybe as much respect for an artist like Drake as I do have respect for an artist like J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar. It's like you go to the bottom of their songs and it's like written by Jermaine Cole versus Drake, like he's the last fucking name on there, you know. So
to me, like, it's very simple, you know. Like, I see what you're saying as far as, like, you can respect her for, you know, at least admitting it,
right.
You know. But, like, when it comes to artistry, when it comes to the game of music, when it comes to, like, being a rapper, I personally feel like there's just certain things that you just gotta do, and writing your own music is definitely one of them.
I agree. I mean, yeah, why would you not? That's, like, the biggest thing in my opinion.
That's like the paintbrush.
That's literally the fucking paint. That's the pen and the fucking paper.
Exactly.
Like, why? I don't understand that to me. Like, no.
No, God. And, like, certain things just bother me within the music industry now, because it's obviously been something that's changed over time, and, like, obviously we gotta adapt and grow and figure these things out. But, like, truthfully, like, we can't sit here and be oblivious to, like, what these people are doing.
Yeah, and it's probably, and I know it is, it's really frustrating, like, That's why a lot of rappers will like diss on these artists that do that, because it is frustrating. Like to me, like I gotta like take myself back and think, if I saw somebody who just like fucking just like leaped ahead of me and they fucking cut corners or were like just doing it for the money and the passion wasn't there but they were huge, I would kind of be like, what the fuck, like, you know, like.
I mean, it goes back to what you were saying about your class too. You did your thing in 3 days. If you would have admitted that to the whole class, all those people would have been like, what the fuck?
Right, exactly, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, exactly.
I spent this whole half a year trying to do this.
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
So, like, I get it for sure. It's just interesting, you know, the dynamic that comes along with that, because people want to be like, oh, she's such a great this, such a great that, when in reality, you know, there's very little work compared to a lot of other artists.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
She just got lucky.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, no hate. I respect her for even, you know, being as famous as she is for as long as she's been, you know, and I respect her grind because I understand that she wasn't just a rapper at first, you know.
Right.
So it's just like there are other things you got to pay attention to, because if you look at someone like that just like as a rapper, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, she's the greatest. Like, no.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you listen to a lot of her music, I mean, I don't really, yeah, I mean, it's not, I'm very into, like, I listen to mostly rap. Like, I listen to a little bit of everything, but, like, I'm very into, like, lyrical rap. Like, I want to, like, there's so many artists that just talk about, like, materialistic things, but, like, I want to hear about, like, the shit that you've been through or, like, some intellectual shit, you know? And that's why I listen to 90% of, like, independent artists, because that's not mainstream. Like, people want to... It's okay. It's like J. Cole, like I use J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar all the time. Even like Joyner Lucas, like they're more lyrical and like they're famous, but very rarely are you gonna see one of their songs on the top 100. Maybe every once in a while, but like they're not really making top charts because it's not like that mainstream poppy like programmed to everybody's ears, like just like this repetitive shit. Like people like what they like, and that shit's like it's kind of like you've got the main artists making their, you know, like they have these fucking producers writing shit for them that they know people are gonna like, and then everybody gravitates towards that, and then you have these like big artists on the side that like they're doing their lyrical shit. They're a little bit more than independent, obviously, you know, and then everybody else just falls below.
Yeah,
you know?
most definitely. I feel like there's like a industry top 5 or 6, you know.
Yeah.
And then like those are the people that you're mentioning, and then everybody else just kind of falls below. Just being there, they're gonna make their money, they're gonna make their noise, but it's nowhere near gonna be the noise that the top few can make.
And it's crazy because I feel like it's like I look at like even like with like actors, right? Like there's a lot of well-known actors, right, and top actors, but still like there's room for so much more. And it's like the same with the music industry. Like there's not a lot of like super like famous or successful actors in comparison to how many people are actually out there making music. And so then it makes me wonder, it's like, what is the deciding factor? Like, who decides? Like, is it just luck? Like, I think a lot, like, sometimes, like, definitely, it's, like, hard work, it's, like, dedication, and it's, like, pushing and pushing and pushing and not giving up, but sometimes, like, it's just fucking luck. I see people make it and get famous, and I'm like, you're not talented, like, at all. Like, there's a lot of these fucking, like, new, I'm not gonna lie, like, there's these young fucking rappers that are, like, they don't even, they're so fucking high, they don't even know what they're fucking doing. Like, they made one good song, but then they don't know what the fuck else they're doing, and they just got lucky, and it just makes me mad, because there's so many artists that, like, I fuck with, and I'm, like, I've been following them, and it's, like, they, like, almost make it, or, like, something, and I'm just, like, you fucking deserve to be, like, your music deserves to be heard. Like, it just, but I feel like that's how the world works in general.
Yeah, it's always gonna...
Top 1%. You know?
Yeah, it's always gonna exploit the ones that catch the attention the fastest, you know? And then the people who actually want to work for that shit, or the people who actually want to make some conscious shit, they're not going to get paid attention to, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Sad. Yeah, I could rant about that forever. So.
Yeah. I definitely feel the same, because like I just, it frustrates me personally, because like it really discounts and discredits the people who actually put in work.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Like, there's just a whole bunch of money-hungry people who take advantage and just be like, oh, well, we can do this and fund this, knowing that what they're funding is...
The cats are back.
The cats are back. Knowing that what they're funding isn't the, you know, actual quality.
This is one of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, listen, the cats, they're beautiful cats. I love the cats.
What's this cat's name?
This is Maxo.
Maxa?
Maxo, like Maxo Cream.
Maxo.
Yeah.
What's up, Maxo?
And then that's Metro over there.
He's pretty, actually. Okay, don't scratch.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. I mean, they're fine as long as they don't, you know,
I just,
unplug shit.
I get really like, that's why I put the dogs away, because the dogs, they'll play around and run around.
Dogs will fuck shit up, yeah.
And just everything will be on the ground, and I'll be screaming out everything and all the whole, like, it'll be all bad. But
Yeah.
But overall, I'm glad they're kind of maintained right
Mellow,
here.
yeah.
But
They'll get over the chords and they'll go to something new. See, they don't even, nope, they just walked right past them. Now they're fucking with each other.
all right, there we go, playing with each other.
Aw, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, there you go, just play with each other over there.
Yeah, just do your thing over there.
I mean, shit, man. I also want to know, like, what are some tips that you would give to people who are like trying to work in videography or trying to like make music videos or just photography? Like, what are your top tips you would give to them?
Well, what I would say is, first and foremost, decide what it is that you want to do. Like, so when I first started, I was like, I'm going to do absolutely everything, like weddings, like all this, like, find your niche, right? Like, it's not like you can't do everything, but it's like people who do weddings, like, they typically just do weddings, like, they make that your thing. Like, I had a teacher in college tell me, do the things that you're good at, like, wholeheartedly, and the things that you're not as good at, either don't do them or outsource them. And I've taken that with me, because I'm that type of person who wants to do everything, but, like, that would be one of my biggest pieces of advice. So if you like making music videos, like, make that your thing. And, like, or if you want to make movies, like, you can do a couple different things. So start with that, and then do your research. Like, when I wanted to start my production company, I literally would spend hours reading articles like how to start your production company, and it felt like so overwhelming. And then you just take the first step and you just like go down the list, you write everything out. Some steps, like, it feels like you'll be stuck on one step for, like, you know, months, because maybe it involves spending some money or something, and, you know, something that takes time, but then others you'll just like leap ahead. So just like plan everything out, like just follow the steps, follow through, and then just create, like, as much as you can. Get your hands on as many projects. Like, there's a lot of when I first started out, I did a lot of free shit. So it's like, I was like, okay, I've never made a commercial for a restaurant before, but that would probably look good. Or like, I've never made a music video before, or I've never made a commercial before. So I'm going to like go to these people that I know have businesses or like opportunities and offer them free services. Yeah. And that's a big thing. So like while you're learning, because like there's a chance you don't know exactly what you're doing. You might fuck up. So like don't try to like come out the gate and like set your rates super high. But at the same time, like, be very limited with that. Like, once you've done one music video and you know what you're doing, like, start charging people, whether it's $50 for a video. I mean, that's really low, but it's like, you need to make sure you're being paid for your time. But, I mean, and just, yeah, get your hands on as much as you can.
Most definitely. And that's a pretty damn good tip.
Find somebody who knows what they're doing and is humble and is willing to share their knowledge with you, because that's a big thing. Like, I've worked with a lot of like big Hollywood directors, whether it's like in making movies or whether it's making a commercial, and I've walked onto sets where like you can't even look in the director's way. Like, they're hot shit. They won't even look at you or acknowledge you. But then I've talked to directors like as a production assistant, and they will sit there and like let you pick their brain. So find the right person who's willing to share their knowledge.
Yeah, the cats are sitting here driving me crazy.
They're not bothering me, but if they're bothering you.
Yeah, no, they're just doing things that I absolutely would be doing.
Did they just?
You get it? Yeah, but I wanted.
Wait, did they pull the screw
yeah,
out of the ground?
It wasn't on the ground. It was. I had it in the sink, and I don't even want to get into this because
They're yeah.
Oh wait, the cats are crossing lines because they know I'm busy.
Do you think it's kind of fucked up, like, when a cat eats, like, ground beef or, like, chicken? Like, or not really. Like, I mean, it's a different animal.
I mean,
like,
nah, I don't.
no, I guess you're right.
I think they're fine.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely like little tigers. Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
and tigers eat all types of mess, you know.
Yeah.
But like, you know what was shocking to me? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I was watching the cat sit down, watch a squirrel outside, and then like I was watching the back of the squirrel. You know, like the squirrel was sitting down and it had its tail up, and the cat had its tail up, and it was sitting down like the squirrel, and I was just like, squirrels and cats can't be too far off related. Like,
Maybe. I mean, what even? I don't even like. What are squirrels? Like, have you really thought about it?
holy shit.
Like, are they rodents?
Yes,
They're rodents.
they're definitely rodents. But like
Well, are chinchillas rodents?
that, I don't know.
I feel like they're more like in the chinchilla family. Like, I feel like we could have squirrels as pets, like realistically, but like,
I got a story just for that.
oh yeah.
Back in the day, like
Oh,
when
boy.
my homie's mom, like she caught a like little squirrel.
Oh boy.
It was pregnant. The squirrel got off, and she was left with the little baby squirrels. She was taking care of these little baby squirrels, feeding them, you know, like babies. And it was just, to me, I was at the age I was still thinking it was gross.
Yeah.
Because it's just like,
They're outside animals.
they are not supposed to be in the home.
Yeah.
If you got a squirrel in your, I had a squirrel in my chimney at my old house.
Oh fuck no, you got me fucked.
It got stuck in there, and I damn near called the fucking rodent police or whatever.
The rodent police.
I don't know, like they like
Animal control.
animal control.
Yeah.
Like, but
Same
no,
thing, right? Yeah.
you're right, but like
Yeah.
that's how strongly I feel against fucking squirrels, because I feel like they're
Rodent
definitely
police.
rodents. You have to like get them out of here.
No, straight up. Like, I don't get, like, people be having some weird-ass animals. Like, okay, like, if you're gonna have, like, pigs, like, keep them in the fucking barn. Like, people literally have pigs in their fucking house. Or, like, goats in their house. Or, like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little, I guess it's a little bit different. But, like, don't try to fucking bring no, like, wild-ass animal into your fucking house. Like, they're outside for a reason.
Yeah, come on. And then
Yeah,
like
leave them be.
the reason I really honestly say they're rodents is because like when you look at their paws,
They're webbed.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, they look.
They're, like, webbed and furry.
yeah, and it's not like cute.
Yeah.
It's like.
Is that, like, one of your, like, things that, like freaks you out? Like,
It doesn't freak me out. I just know what I don't like. You know. Like,
do you have OCD?
in a way, like
Yeah.
I'm like. It's weird because I do, but I don't. When it comes, like I do when when it comes to certain things,
I feel that.
but not like to the fullest extent, like every day in my life.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Like, you won't sit there and, like, close a cabinet, like, 6 times. Yeah.
But like when it comes to this shit, you know, I'm trying to make sure everything's
Yeah.
cool. You know, the mic. I'm looking at this and it's killing me honestly because it's
Does it
like
grind your gears?
it grinds my
It
gears.
really grinds your
Because
gears.
it just like it doesn't stay. I don't,
You know what? I get that though. On a
like, I
gear
don't-
level, like, there's shit when you know how it's supposed to function.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I have never used a mic like this, so I don't necessarily know. But
Mhm.
like, yeah.
No, it's frustrating. I'm telling you because this
Well,
screen here.
can you fix it so
I
that
mean-
you're not like?
I mean, I've been dealing with it this whole time.
How should it be?
I mean, truthfully, like, it should just be straight like that. See how it's just,
Yep.
you know, and then
Like
you
that?
just- But now I even did it wrong then. 'Cause
Here,
I was
like,
doing
I
it
think
too
I know what you're
fast.
talking about. Okay.
It just gotta be lined up perfectly. Cause
Alright. I got this. I have faith in myself. Okay.
perfect. Look at that form.
Just need a woman's touch.
Look at that form. Oh my god.
A little bit off.
That's
Is that right?
groovy.
There we go. That's groovy.
That's groovy. That's what I call that.
There we go. You just gotta be like gentle with it. You just fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta.
Frustration gets the best of me. I'm not gonna lie. If I see, I'm just like, come
Yeah.
on. You know, just keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah. Just user error.
Yeah,
It's
all-
okay. It happens. It happens.
Hey, it's all good though. You know what? I think I'm gonna wrap this up because all the reasons why we had to keep interrupting this podcast. But you know what? Like we said, we're gonna have you come back again. We're gonna do like that 50 states challenge because I guarantee you I could name at least.
I know you're gonna like be practicing.
Oh, I'm not gonna do you like that unless you're gonna be like.
Nah, fuck no. I don't got time for that.
Exactly. Well, come on.
Okay, all right. You're a real one.
We're straight.
You're a
I'm
real one.
just
All right.
straight off from the
I'm gonna
rocket.
hold you to that.
Yeah, you got it.
Pinky, and then you gotta stand. You already know what's up.
Come on.
I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you for that. Yep.
I appreciate
All right,
that.
you keep it G.
All right, y'all. I appreciate you for tapping into this episode. You know, thank you, Kelsey, for stopping by.
The show.
Kelsey, Papa Laka Laka Shock.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
What is it? Say it.
Damn, I said that because I forgot.
Oh boy. Come on.
It's like, I know there's 2 C's.
It's close enough. Yeah.
I just don't like saying it wrong.
It's okay. Honestly, yeah. I feel it. I had to learn a song when I was younger. Like, we didn't know how to say it. So my grandma, like, made I'm not going to sing it, but we had to learn a song just to be able to say our last name.
Jesus.
Yeah, so.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the camera before we turn them off?
Nope.
No pages to follow?
Oh, yeah. You can follow my personal page. I should probably change it because it's Kelsey Parlavecchia. It's Parlavecchia, or you can follow my page. It's the number 5 and then the word 0.6. So 5.6. And then my personal Instagram is linked in the bio, which might be easier than trying to spell my last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're definitely right.
Yeah, but check my pages out. Follow my work.
Hey, and you know where I'm at. You know, this is my personal page. I got my Instagram, Thomas E. I've just put the E in there because, you know.
Maybe I should do Kelsey P, like just the P.
Hey,
yeah?
that might help.
Yeah.
You know, that might help a lot.
Yeah.
But no, Thomas E. Mayo Jr. That's my personal page. And I got the Protect Yours Podcast official on Instagram as well.
Is there a reason you said it like that? Podcast?
Because I honestly was about to say just pod. And it's not just pod.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, is there like a dash or like a...
No, I just had like a little brain fart.
Oh, it's okay.
But yeah, the Protect Yours Pod. See,
Yeah. Protect Yours Podcast.
Yes.
There we go. I got it. I'm helping him out.
Thank you. All right, just remember to stay safe, stay blessed, and protect yours.